One of the most powerful ways to completely destabilize a narcissist is to accept their discard gracefully. When a narcissist decides to end a relationship, they do so with the expectation that their victim will be devastated, pleading, suffering, and longing for their return. This reaction feeds their ego and reinforces their belief that they have complete control over the other person's emotions and well-being. Narcissists see their victims as dependent on them, emotionally weak, and unable to function without their presence. They assume that when they walk away, the discarded person will spiral into despair. However, when you do the opposite, when you accept the discard calmly, without resistance, you completely shatter their expectations. Instead of falling apart, you carry yourself with dignity, as if their absence is no loss to you at all. For someone experiencing narcissistic abuse for the first time, a discard can be incredibly painful, taking months or even years to recover from. But for those who have been through this cycle before, the patterns become clear. If you recognize these behaviors early, you can mentally prepare for the inevitable discard. Instead of reacting emotionally, you let the narcissist believe they still have the upper hand, until they finally cut you off, only to realize too late that you were never truly dependent on them. This realization sends the narcissist into a tailspin. They expected to see you broken, but instead, they see nothing. No desperate messages, no attempts to rekindle the relationship, no visible suffering. Worse yet, if they have no way of tracking your life, no direct contact, no access to your social media, and no mutual acquaintances feeding them information, they feel an overwhelming loss of control. Narcissists thrive on attention, whether positive or negative, and when you remove yourself entirely, they're left without the supply they crave. What truly eats away at them is the fact that they miscalculated. Narcissists see themselves as superior and all-knowing, yet they underestimated you. This is a blow to their ego that they cannot reconcile. They try to create narratives to explain away, but deep down, they know the truth. They were wrong. They lost control, and worse, they lost control to someone they believed was beneath them. This mental loop, an endless attempt to rationalize their mistake, can keep them unsettled for years. In many cases, they may try to re-enter your life, but doing so without losing face becomes an impossible challenge. If you ignore them or reject their attempts at reconnection, it only deepens their injury. Even if they find a new source of validation, it rarely satisfies them because their thoughts remain fixated on the one who got away, on you. At this point, their suffering is no longer your concern. Their downfall is entirely self-inflicted, whether you view it as karma or simply the natural consequences of their actions. The key is to stay away and continue living your life without them. You don't need revenge, you just need to be free. And in the end, that is what truly destroys them.